Today is day 35. Capitalization, nothing new, all review. In Alexander Pope's An Essay on Criticism, he said, "Fools rush in where angels fear to tread." All right, what do we know? I in is going to be capitalized. Then we have someone's name. The A in Alexander and the P in Pope would be capitalized. Then we look at the essay that he wrote, which is called An Essay on Criticism. The A would be capitalized in "and" because it's the first word of the title. E in essay, C in criticism. On is not capitalized because it's just a little tiny word. He said, comma, quotation marks, and here's an actual quote, so the F in fools would be capitalized, but nothing else needs capitalization. So here you go. Good. Next section, punctuation. Remember, place the titles of short stories, poems, fables, nursery rhymes, articles, essays, units, chapters, speeches, and songs in quotation marks. And then they have some examples. Underline the titles of books, magazines, movies, plays, operas, CDs, DVDs, television shows, documentaries, musicals, and works of art. If you're typing, you would italicize instead of underline. All right, knowing those two rules, let's take a look. Loch Navar is a poem. Well, if you look up in the remember area, poems get quotation marks, so you put quotes around it. The Giver is a book, underline. Othello is a play. Let's see, where is play on those two paragraphs of helpful hints? Othello is a play, plays are underlined. Love is a song, it goes in quotation marks. So here's what you've got. Quotation marks, underlined, underlined, quotation marks. Okay, next section, parts of speech, pronouns. Nominative pronouns can serve as a subject or a predicate nominative. A predicate nominative occurs after a linking verb and means the same thing as the subject. To determine if a pronoun after a verb can serve as a predicate nominative, try inverting the sentence. If you can do this and the sentence still makes sense, it's probably a predicate nominative. The first person to finish was he. Okay? If you want to make sure that he is the predicate nominative, the proof for that is to invert the sentence. He was the first person to finish. It still makes sense. Therefore, he is the predicate nominative. And because he is the predicate nominative, it is in the nominative pronoun form. Now, number 3, the nominative pronouns that can serve as a subject or a predicate nominative are, this is where you're all waiting for me to pull up the board and give you all of the nominative pronouns, but instead, what I'm going to do is refer you to day 29. You can pull that out of your worksheet packet, and there on day 29, if you look carefully, the nominative pronouns are listed. Or, if you're a very fast reader, you might be able to see them just from me holding the page up. Okay? So, your job is to find on page 29 the list of nominative pronouns and transfer them to here. Okay? That will help you remember them. Next, parts of speech, adjectives and adverbs. Circle the correct word. Joseph's report card read, "Gets along good or well with others." There's a blast from the past. We have not had that since day 5. Good versus well. Okay, so good is an adjective. It describes things like a good cook or a good dog. Well is an adverb, and it helps describe or give more meaning to the action verb. Runs well, sings well. Okay? So, to determine whether you're going to use good or well, you need to figure out what's going on in the sentence. Gets along well with others. Okay, there's an understood subject here, and that subject is he. Okay, he gets along well with others. There's also a prepositional phrase in here, with others. So cross out with others. What's left? gets along, and then good or well. Gets along is actually a verb phrase, okay? Those two words go together to form a verb. He gets along. If gets along is a verb, do adjectives modify verbs? No, they don't. Adverbs modify verbs. Which form do we use for adverbs? We use well, okay? So that tells us that the correct word is well. Gets along well with others. What if I was describing his report card? Would I say he had a good report card, or would I say he had a well report card? Hopefully you figured out good would describe report card because it's an adjective describing the noun. Well is an adverb and it describes a verb. Okay, now we have 3 sentences to combine. I know you'll do well. I look forward to reading them. Good luck. God bless you.